close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Hey guys, today on the podcast we got Chris Walker. He's a retired NRL star that has played for the Queensland Maroons, Brisbane Broncos, South Sydney Rabbitohs, Sydney Roosters, Melbourne Storm, Gold Coast Titans, and Parramatta Eels. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Maxie, thanks very much for having me on, mate. Very, very impressed that you've got your own podcast too, mate, at 12. Well done.
Thanks. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Oh, I think that, I obviously love my football and I've always played football. I've got, 3 brothers that all played football. My dad played football, so I always wanted to be a football player, and I got that chance. And I got to play it for a long time. So I was very pleased with being able to live through a childhood dream.
How would your oldest friend describe you?
Loose, but in a good way.
Yeah. What are you most proud of in your life?
I think in my sporting achievement, as obviously I got to play in the NRL system for 14 years. I was very proud of that. Got to play also State of Origin for Queensland. But I think the most proudest moment in my life is having kids. I've got 3 beautiful kids. I've got one that's 12 and 2 that I've got twins that are 9. And just seeing my kids develop into good humans. On the back of what my wife and I instill in my kids in their behaviour and their discipline and the way that they respect other people. I think that, as a parent, you want your kids to respect people. And I think that my kids have got that and they really, really enjoy it.
Yeah. How do you handle hard times?
I think you're just going to pick yourself up and go again. I think that hard times make you realise what you've got. They also make you realise that through adversity you can certainly succeed, and that's something that that I've done. And you're just going to keep on focusing on your goals. I think that it's very important to set goals at the start of the year to try and achieve them within the 12 months. If there's long-term goals, put a long-term period on it, whether it be a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. I think that it's very important for people to set goals and also set some pretty high goals, because if you're going to make those goals, you're going to get there.
Yeah. What was it like getting your first professional contract?
Yeah, it was very exciting. I obviously got to sit down with my 2 older brothers who were already signed at the Brisbane Broncos, and my younger brother Luke, and to share it with my family and my mum and dad and my brothers. It was a very exciting time and something that I look back on with that excitement.
Yeah. What was it like then playing for the Broncos?
It was unbelievable. It looks like you got a Broncos shirt on, or is that a Queensland shirt, is it?
Queensland.
Queensland. Yeah, well, you've got the right shirt on, so that's the main thing. So I've got the Ipswich Jets jumper on tonight because it's pretty cold, but it's great.
Yeah. Was it hard moving all the time after your stint at the Broncos?
It was very, very hard. I probably, looking back on it, I should have stayed at the Broncos. I was in a really good headspace, and obviously being coached by one of the best coaches in rugby league, in the history of rugby league, Wayne Bennett. He was very good for my football. And looking back, I probably should never have left the Broncos, but I did. I made that choice to move to Sydney and also move to Melbourne, then over to the Catalan Dragons in France and played the Super League, and then back to Parramatta. And I finally landed back here in the Gold Coast, where I'm pretty settled with my family and enjoy watching the games. And sometimes I commentate for ABC Grandstand and Triple M.
Yeah. What's the experience like playing State of Origin football?
It is the most exciting feeling that you can ever have, Max. And just the week that you have in the State of Origin camp before the game is unbelievable. You get to do some things that not many people get to do. You go into camp and be with the guys, and you're training full time. So it's really exciting. And then also, getting the opportunity to run out in front of 100,000 fans and 3 or 4 million people on the TV is very exciting. And just to be able to represent the state of Queensland, I love this. I love this state very much. I love the people in it, and represent those people and put your best foot forward and give people some enjoyment and some joy to watch your state beat New South Wales. There's no better feeling than beating New South Wales.
Yeah. What was it like playing under Craig Bellamy at the Storm? Because you've played under
very good,
Craig.
I'm playing under Wade. I've had some pretty good coaches, Max. I've had Wayne Bennett, Craig Bellamy, very, very good coach. Craig Bellamy spends a lot of time dissecting other teams, pointing out strengths and weaknesses in their team, strengths and weaknesses in your opposite player that you're going to be defending against and attacking against. So you go into the game really well aware of your game plan internally and with what you're going to do because you've been given so many tips on how the opposition teams, from the hard work that Craig Bellamy does. He's an unbelievable coach, and I really enjoyed my time down there, even though it ended abruptly. But I really enjoyed my time under Craig because I had him at the Broncos as an assistant coach. So I saw the relaxed Craig Bellamy, and then he went to the Storm. And being a first grade coach, there's a lot more pressure on you. So it was very intense.
Yeah. What was your path to professional football?
What was my path?
Yeah.
My path through the professional football was obviously I went to school in Toowoomba, and I had 2 older brothers, Ben and Shane, that played also in the NRL, and my younger brother also tried to get in there. He played in the younger grades at the Broncos. But I think that my path was just making school teams, getting picked in the school in school teams, and then also just being given that opportunity through representative duties in my younger years to go and play for the Broncos and obviously get my chance at the Broncos.
Yeah. What are your goals for the next couple of years?
Personally, it would just be to keep my kids happy, make sure they get a good schooling, and also start another business and hopefully get a business going and start creating a little bit of goals through my business and through work. So that's basically what I want to do.
Yeah. How are you keeping yourself busy during this little time?
Looking after the kids. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. The kids haven't been the kids. I've sent them back to school. Everyone's got to go back to school as of Monday, and I think that's been a large portion of everyone's day is looking after their kids and staying at home.
Yeah. What's the best word that can describe you right now?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. Happy.
Yeah. Who's the worst teammate to room with on tour and why?
Oh, I don't know if I could say that I've roomed with some bad roommates, but when I was at the Roosters, my roommate was Anthony Minicello. I also lived with Anthony Minicello at the Roosters, so we had a pretty good bond. He was very good to room with. Before games, we'd sit up, and watch TV, watch movie, get a snack, a chocolate snack or an ice cream, have a sleep, and then play our game and come back and have a few beers in the lobby with the boys and then go to bed. So, I'd say that Anthony Minicello was one of my best roommates.
Yeah. What advice would you give a 12-year-old today?
Well, Max, if I'm going to give you advice, I don't think I can give you advice, mate, because you're doing a very, very good job with your podcast. So, well done. I tip my hat to you. I think that it's a very, very good thing that you're doing, mate. I think that you're taking the initiative, and I think that if you keep on staying in the path that what you're doing, mate, I think there's a big future ahead for you. We saw Joe Rogan just this week recently sign a $100 million contract for his podcast to Spotify. So, Maxie, if you keep on getting some good guests on your show, mate, you could be lining up next for the contract at Spotify. So I think that what you're doing personally, like I said, it's a very, very good thing, mate. Your mum and dad should be very proud of you.
Thanks for coming on today.
All right, mate. That's all right, mate. You're doing a very, very good job, Maxie, so keep it up.
So that was Chris Walker. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you like the podcast, can you like it on YouTube, and can you subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts? See you guys in the next one. Thanks.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown.